Here's a quick review of Zaws and how they work with Limbo and why you should use them with Limbo. First of all, I'm using Vigorous Swap. People might not like this, but the important thing about that is the projectile that comes out of Exodia Contagion is multiplied by Vigorous Swap. So why would I not use it? Now, another thing that happens is the fact that when you use Rift Torrent on Limbo. Sorry, I'm talking like this. I don't know why I am. Basically, you get a damage buff, and it scales with strength, and this damage buff doubles for projectiles, meaning melee projectiles, not these projectiles. So, what this means is if I run out of my buff, and I switch to my Zaw, I will show you that first. I will switch to my Zaw and show my damage. Does okay damage, right? So that's already pretty much double, and we're gonna do this with my damage buff. We're gonna see how much better it is. Let's see, wait for Vigorous Swap, and boom. I hit a 5 million somewhere there, but yeah, it kind of gets crazy. So there are a whole lot of buffs that you can stack on top of Limbo's, you know, little thing. But the most important weapon to use with this is the glaive, or any sort of glaive at all. Because, again, as you know I said earlier, any melee projectile gets double the buff. So, place it down. 2000% buff. It's pretty much 4000. Throw it. Boom. What happened? Rift Surge. So, if you didn't know, there's this little mechanic with Rift Surge. People read it, they're like, what the hell is that? Rift Surge. Transfer to an enemy outside the rift. So when I kill an enemy that has Rift Surge on them, so I banish this guy, kill an enemy, so they're all Rift Surged, right? Kill them. Hold on, let me just, kill them. What you will see is this will spread to enemies that are not in the rift. It spread to, I don't know, one of them. Yeah, right there. See, it's spreading to the enemies that aren't in the rift. And this, you can keep on infinitely. Kill an enemy. Spreads. It spreads and it spreads and it spreads. And then I'm pretty sure this goes off a range too, which makes it nicer. But, thing is, they don't have to be in the rift for it to work, so you can just kill them. And it will spread the buff even more. Now, what makes this OP is the fact that if you have this, you kill a bunch of enemies, you spread it, and you cast your Cataclysm, you get the buff from all of those Rift Surges. So boom! You're getting a shit ton of damage just from killing some enemies from casting one singular ability! Wow! And it's so simple to learn how to use. Now another way to use it is Vanish, Rift Surge, Dash, Kill, Dash again, Cataclysm, hold on. Energy may be a problem for my build because it's pretty specific to my playstyle. But let's try that again. So we're basically in this stage. You dash again. Bullshit. Okay. let me go over this one more time. One more time, guys. Yeah. Okay. So, how it works. Banish, Rift Surge, dash, dash again, Cataclysm, and you kill. And you get a whole bunch of damage buff from this. It's at 400% right now, and that wasn't even that hard to do. This is a really trashy Latum build. Like, it's probably the worst Latum build I've ever done. And yeah, that's how you use your Rift Surge properly and how it synergizes with Glaives. Now, people might think Limbo's absolute doo-doo cheeks, but simply, he's not. Also because of the fact he's just like probably the best frame for defense. if you use them right. Now, most people will just smack them down with like a super small circle, but that's never what you want to do. Smack them down, use stasis. If you don't use stasis, you will end up killing the target, and the main thing you want in this to not have a small bubble, because if you have a small bubble, if one thing enters that circle, it dies instantly. If that bubble is too small, everything in that circle, everything outside the circle will just hit the target because it's too small. Yeah, that's pretty much a really, really, really basic way how to use Limbo. I've basically, gotten him down. So, yeah, let me showcase one more time. And pause, pause. Okay, one more time I will showcase. Make sure you're in normal mode. Use stasis. Dash. Use Rift Surge. You have a weapon that can kill stuff. Kill something. Dash again. Go into Cataclysm and kill. Not only will this make this absolutely insane for enemies in your bubble, but the enemies that are on the border of the bubble, for example, let's say, let's summon some more enemies here to show. Let's say some enemies are just like on the little corner of the bubble, but they're rift surged. That means everything like, I don't know, like right here outside the bubble will still get hit by rift surge, and you can cast your cataclysm again for even more damage buffing right after. So I think you can tell how insanely good this buff can get, and it's pretty much an automatic buff just for doing like nothing. Just for doing your job as a limbo player and killing stuff. So the audio literally just cut out, so I'm just going to continue explaining while you watch this stupid stuff. Rift Surge is really good. Use it if you want. You can use it if you don't want to. What you can don't you can not use it if you don't want to. You don't need to use the 4. Again, I mentioned this before. The 4 is a hemless lot. Hemless lot, that's right. Once you play Limbo enough, you will understand that the 4 is a hemless sloth. You don't need to understand the 4. You don't need to use the 4. But if you're a new player, the 4 will make it a lot simpler to understand, and you can watch the rest of the footage of me mussing around, but there's literally no audio, so I really don't know what I was doing here. Oh, I was showcasing how I was doing it without the cataclysm. That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. I was also showing the fact that Rift Surge spreads like a lot, and you can just keep spreading it, and keep spreading it, and keep spreading it. And the fact that if an enemy is on the edge of your cataclysm while you do it and kill enemies in your cataclysm, it'll still spread to enemies outside the cataclysm and that are not Rift Surge. Enemies don't have to be in stasis to be Rift Surged. That's another thing I mentioned. And I did show a little bit of the damage, how it works, etc. And I did kind of do some stupid stuff here. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah. Um, what are we gonna do here? Or we're gonna uh, we're gonna burp. That's what we're gonna do. Um, yeah, Cataclysm. You don't need it. Rift Surge. You do need it. Use Rift Surge. It's really useful. Uh, yeah. That's basically it for today. You can watch me goof around for the rest of this video with no audio. I'm sorry for this. Yeah. I'll try to fix it. Streamlabs kind of stupid. So yeah, goodbye.